So anyway, Nikki, all right, so let's get into this Wendy Williams thing because once again, like I said, she stirs the pot with her mouth. She goes on to this podcast with her DJ Sus One. He's a DJ on her show, and she's sharing, she's basically promoting her biopic because it was coming out this weekend, right? And also her documentary. So she's promoting that, she's talking about it and whatever, whatnot. And then all of a sudden she just spills the tea on how she had a one night stand with Method Man, out of nowhere. But I don't want to explain it, I just want to let her tell it.
With the only thing I did, I smoked a blunt with with Method Man, while I gave him a bath, and it was a one night stand. And
what?
And he'll deny it, maybe not.
That wasn't in the movie.
I said to him, I guess I batted my eyes and rocked my shoulders. You know how I do.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, you want to come over? And he said, yeah, I'll follow you.
I don't know if I'm asking too much, but did you guys go all the way?
Yes.
Wow.
What are you, stupid?
What?
Are you out of your mind?
Bitch, like, I honestly, I'm sorry, Wendy, but honestly, I can't really get over that. That was my husband she was talking about. But this weekend, what happened was Tamika Smith, the wife of Method Man, goes on Instagram and she claps back like I have never seen. She reads Wendy Williams. She drags her through the dirt with this statement here. She says, in an obvious attempt to increase ratings for her sad biopic, her struggling TV show, and her burnt out career, Wendy has once again targeted my husband. And it's a pattern she's repeated for years. When I was diagnosed with cancer years ago, Wendy shared my personal medical information with her listeners live on the air during her radio broadcast. She didn't care that she was violating my right to privacy, or she has never apologized as well. And then she goes on to say, despite my anger, I chose not to respond publicly to her unhealthy fixation with my husband or our marriage. It was clear that she was sick and that she was struggling with a lot of issues, including self-hate and low self-esteem. Over the years, those issues have made her increasingly ugly, both inside and out. And no amount of plastic surgery can fix the ugliness inside of her. So after that, after the whole thing, she also said, her marriage fell apart and mine is still intact. So, Nikki, I just want to ask you, how did you react to all of this?
As Method Man's wife, I would be equally angry, like beyond angry at this point, because, it's bad enough. Excuse me. It's bad enough that she's going on and on and on about this. I don't even want to call it affair, but this encounter that we are all unsure of how long ago it happened. But added to that, like the real icing on the cake was her disclosing the cancer diagnosis on the radio when her friends and family weren't even aware yet. I feel like she's crossed some serious lines. And, good for Tamika, right? Am I saying that? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Good for her for clapping back, because she probably should have done it years ago, but she probably was just trying to take the high road because, no harm, no foul, except that it's just really irritating, but good for her. She had every right to say something and a lot more than that. And it was well written. It was savage, but well deserved in my opinion at this point. Sorry, Wendy.
Yeah, because she did say that in the beginning. I didn't read it. Sorry, not to mislead, but I didn't read the whole, Instagram post because it's a lot. But yeah. She did say that, for years, I haven't said anything. And, I think that it takes a lot of class. But one thing, I don't think Wendy should have said anything about that. You know what I mean? It was kind of wrong because and then she goes, I don't know if you remember, I saw the whole interview. She said, she was like, well, Method Man's kind of mad at me for some reason. I'm like, what do you mean? Why do you think he's mad at you? You told people about, her cancer diagnosis years ago and before anyone else in her family knew about it. Maybe even him. But I'm like, how? I think, what? Here's my question I wanted to ask because I was pissed because, literally, she handled that better than I would. Because, I'm like, Hold on. She talking about my man. I gotta hold my shit. Oh, excuse
Oh,
me. I'm sorry.
the rage. Yeah. What are you writing?
But anyways, no. Here's my question. Since her movie was just coming out this weekend, do you think this was just like a publicity stunt?
It very well could have been. I mean, it wouldn't be surprising to me. People have done far crazier things for publicity. I mean, if it were me, she's already got, she's got, like I said earlier, she's got a large and specific following, people who are going to support her no matter what. So if it were me, I would want to go about it, any publicity, especially when I'm already established and if you want, you can only go up, I would want to just keep it classy and be known as somebody who doesn't shout out secrets when they're not supposed to. So I'm like, but unfortunately, these kinds of publicity stunts often have the desired effect. At the very least, people will be talking about her a lot more than maybe they would have, and their attention is more focused. So,
Yeah, I
all
agree.
press is good press, I guess.
Yeah, because you know what? Honestly, I agree with that. But at the same time, I think that Wendy Williams is at she should be at a point in her career that she shouldn't have to do things like this. She should be like,
Yes.
yeah, but why not? She could have did one of those things where she was she posed on a magazine nude, like Caitlyn Jenner, because she just turned what, over 50. That's beautiful. That's
Hell
bold.
yeah.
That's
I
a
would be
better.
really supportive of that. Sorry.
Yeah, well, that's a more positive way to promote the movie, not this, because if it's real or not, who cares? But I think it was just it was bullshit, and she's like, I don't know why he doesn't like me. Well, don't you think this statement you're making right now is why he doesn't like you, and maybe his wife doesn't like you? Let's not do it, Wendy.
It just
Let's
seems a
keep
little
it real.
almost Fatal Attraction-y to me.
What? Well, okay, you said earlier, just really fast before we get our guest on. You said you think it's Oh, wait, we have some comments. We're gonna get to that real fast. Oh, before I ask you this question, Mason, I love Mason. Hey, Mason. Mason, Wendy doesn't care about bad press. Of course not.
Exactly. Yeah.
Good press, every bad press is good press. And he also says, once a shock jockey, always a shock jockey. Exactly. That's my thing. I really feel like she just came out with this just to start bullshit. But I was going to ask you, and I forgot the question. I forgot what the
I think
question.
she has an obsession.
Yeah. Why do you think that she has an
I mean, I
obsession?
don't really. It just seems weird, speaking about this encounter that they had, which did she say she was giving him a bath?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I would probably phrase it taking a bath, but anyway, it's here nor there. But just bringing that up, being really kind of secretive about when it happened, and then putting his wife on blast on throwing all her personal business out there. To me, that speaks obsession, kind of. You know what I mean? That's what people do when they have a thing for somebody who isn't interested or maybe unattainable. But that's just my uneducated guess. I don't know.
No, but anyway, but I just honestly I think it was kind of in poor form. Come on, Wendy, that shit was wrong. I don't care if it was real or not, and obviously for me, I think it was just a publicity stunt just to get people talking about her movie. And you're right that all press is good press, but it's kind of that she crossed the line. There's a certain line that I wouldn't cross on this show.
Exactly.
I try to be very PC. I don't know if everyone noticed that, but I'm very PC. I respect everyone. I don't want to offend anyone. That's not the point. But anyways,
we hear about ethics where some people just don't.
Right.